What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Mask of Mr. Fuentes. I'm the host, Franco, joined by the lovely, bald-headed, bearded man, Mr. Fuentes himself.
It's me, Mr. Fuentes here to bless y'all again with another track.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm back this week. Sorry about missing last week for I Am the Hero, but I'm back this week, baby. So today we are talking about Sneak Peek. What week is this? What week does this fall on? Has this album out already? The album should be out already, right?
Yeah, the album should be out already.
This is episode like fucking 4? So yeah, it's like 23rd of February, maybe. I don't
Yeah, the album should be out on the last podcast.
So we hope y'all. I think Fuentes hopes y'all enjoyed the album. I have no say in it because I didn't create it, but he hopes y'all enjoy the album, and
he doesn't hope y'all enjoy the album either. That's this guy.
If y'all,
I hope y'all like his content he puts out.
Hey man, some of my highlights have been top notch right now. We hope y'all enjoyed the album.
I hope y'all think that.
This song that we're reviewing today has been out for over a year. I want to say close to 2 years at this point. Taking shots. And we're about to review it, 2 years too late. So, to preface it, is there anything you want to say?
Why does that matter? This? All the other songs we did from the last albums were like 7 years ago.
Yeah, but you wanted this to do sneak peek, like, oh, it's fresh on everybody's mind. It's like, yeah, Taking Shots was fresh 2 years ago.
Yeah, it'll be fresh on their minds when they listen to the album.
I don't know, man. If they're anything like me, I usually skip the singles that have already been released when I first listen.
We hope they're not like you and you listen to the album. So please, guys, go listen to the album. I worked really hard on it. I put the album in an order that I would feel was enjoyable listening from front to beginning to end. So, that's how albums are supposed to be. We're getting. I think me and Franco have this not argument, but this debate, which I understand with today's low attention span world that everyone's just focused on the first singles. But albums are an artwork.
I love albums. I'm just saying that if you
singles are what's hot right now.
If you pay attention to what's TikTok and what Connor Price, Nick D, other rappers I can't think of the top of my head right now are doing, they're putting out singles because people's attention spans are like that.
They are. They're like this.
So
we hope.
I love albums though. I collected all of Eminem's albums. I have some of yours now, but I love albums.
So hopefully you take the time to listen to the album. I did put a lot of work into the flow of it and how all the songs are arranged and the tracks that are in it. So, give it a listen to if you haven't yet. But again, we are going back to Taking Shots. It's been out for a little bit, but we're going to review this and check it out.
You want to preface this with, before we get into it, you want to preface it with anything? Like what made you want to write this song?
Well,
when did you write this song?
I heard this beat. It was funny. So, it took me 5,000 years to get this album done. So in that time frame, I was still gathering beats for the album. And I had picked a couple already of Kato's beats. But Kato was actually shutting down his beat store at the time. Like, it was like the end of the year. And he's like, I'm shutting down my beat store. So if you haven't got the beats, like, get them because I'm going away. And
that motherfucker liar.
So I, he was having all kinds of specials, like you buy 2, get 2 free type of shit. So I bought 2 and I had a free one to get. And I already had picked three of the beats, and I can't remember. I know one of them was the Strange Voices beat. I think it's all the beats that I have. Hostile, all of those I had picked and I got them. But that one for Taking Shots, I was just looking for another beat, and I just kind of just started listening to a bunch of beats, and I fell onto this one, and I was just like, oh, this one sounds fun. I could do something with this one. So I had no idea what I was gonna do with it. Didn't even have a hook. Didn't have nothing. It was just a random beat that I was like, I'm pretty sure I can do something with this, and I bought it that day. And then I don't know how much longer after I got that beat did I write this song. I did know that I stayed away from writing this song for a long time because um, the last party song that I felt like was like a successful party song that I did was one of my very first songs, Party in the RPT. And a lot of people like Party in the RPT. So I was like, well, how am I going to make a whole nother party song? Like, party songs have the same themes: drinking, getting drunk, you know, talking about hitting on girls or talking about taking girls home, um, and just having fun with your friends. Like, it's pretty much a party song every time you hear it. It's the same crap over and over. So I was just like, well, how do I make this like original? How do I make this unique? And I don't know, it just all kind of came to me one day. I just started writing and writing. And actually, I think once I started writing this track, I wrote it in like a week or less. Like I just started getting everything in place. Um, yeah, it was just that random beat that I picked one day.
What I want to know is, was this pre-pandemic written or post-pandemic written?
I believe it was pre-pandemic.
Okay, because it works with the post-pandemic if change up a few words, like taking shots. You need to get you know you know you know.
Pre-taken shots. Yeah, no, this was before the pandemic, I believe. Uh,
You should have made a parody of it post-pandemic.
as soon
I
as
think you could have capitalized on it.
yeah, you're
Me
right.
and Andy had that idea to take it and do it, but we never. He moved away and forgot about me again. But that would be hilarious.
Yeah, that would have been funny. Um, I remember y'all asking me like, "Hey, can we do a parody?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll send you the beat right now." And you were just like, "Oh, okay, we'll see what we can do."
Yeah, I didn't think you were gonna
um,
say yes. I was like, oh, Andy, he ain't gonna say yes. And then if you do, it'll take you like 3 years to send it, and then you just like sent it. I think the next day. I was like, oh, cool, we got it.
um, no, that would have been. I don't know. I mean, that's something I'm glad to have someone like you helping me out with because that's something I've always like just not done good. Like being on top of trends and stuff like that. I'm just not. I've always just been stuck in my little hole in my house or in my room, just listening like the same tracks. Like it's so hard for me to get into new artists. Like I listen to the same shit I listened to like 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. Like I just don't listen to new artists that often. It takes a lot for me to listen to a new artist.
Except for your boy Antidote, who has that new EP that just dropped recently.
Well, I had to listen to the Antidotes album. That's Antidote, man.
That's fucked up.
That's
You
my
had to listen
homie.
to it. You should have been
Huh?
like, I wanted to listen to it.
I did want to listen to it, but I also had to listen to it. I was obligated.
Anyways, Antidote, Spotify, look them up. What's it called? I forget what it's
Uh,
called.
Sleepless Nights, I believe. I know.
Sleepless Nights.
Is it? Yeah, Sleepless Nights.
We're
Um,
plugging him a lot because he's probably gonna be on one of these episodes because he's featuring a track. So
he
free
is. He is
plugs.
featured on track. It's just not going to be till very, 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 very later.
The end of the season. Um, you have anything else you want to like preface it with? Because that's all I got on questions.
um, no, just this song when I wrote it, it was literally meant to be silly and fun, and um, I think I wrote it with like the most like not care how it, not how it came out, but not care about any kind of structure. I didn't care about like you know a lot, honestly, when it came to writing this. I just kind of let myself actually have fun with this track. And I think that's why it became like my favorite track, is because like when I write certain things, I always usually have some kind of structure when I write a song. Like I already kind of usually know how it's going to end. So I usually would write like the last couple of bars already to like kind of go to the how that's where I want it to end, and then like stuff in the middle. But this one I just went from the beginning and I just started writing, and if it felt right, that's what I was doing, and I just kind of kept going and going. And I think that's why it became my favorite, because when I listen to the song, it reminds me about how free I was when I was writing this music for this song.
Um, you went heavy on accents on this one.
Huh?
You went heavy like on accents in this one,
On accents?
or like it's like you're slurring, but like accents.
No,
Like it's
I'm probably
mundane.
just drunk, man.
Well, yeah, you're. But was it?
Like which part?
I mean, I won't go over, it, I guess, but
I guess yeah. When you can show me whenever we're going through the song.
yeah,
Um, I do the. I know at the beginning of verse 2, I do the "Hello, Mrs. Bartender, can I get your phone number?"
yeah, that
Um,
part.
that was pretty much the only one that I know. Um,
We can hit up what a beezy, get them burgers double cheesy.
Woo! Yeah, that I don't know where that came from, but we could talk about it later or now. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, I literally was writing a track, and I don't know why that song. I believe it's by Waka Flocka Flame. It's like this EDM type of song, and when the hook comes, it's like we hit him with that, and like the beat just kind of like drops in. So it was like a sound, and I thought about it, and I was just like what can you put here? And I was just like, oh, let's just like do something like woo, woo. I don't know why it popped in my head, and then and so I did it. Like I said, I didn't care. Like I was letting myself have fun, and there was a lot of little things like that. Like in the last verse before that, I did the woo ah, um, which is kind of like a shout out slash homage to Busta Rhymes' "Hoo Ha" song that he has. Hoo ha, got you all in check. But
Let's get into it before we give away the entire song without going over it.
right, all right, let's do this. I guess I don't have the intro on here, but okay.
Tres cervezas, por favor. What are you doing, buddy? What do you mean? Can't you read the sign? Shots only.
We taking shots, they going round like shots, shots, shots. We taking shots all through the town like shots, shots, shots. Jägermeister, jacket, crown, shots, shots, shots. Drink until we all fall down. We taking shots, they going round like shots, shots, shots. We taking shots all through the town like shots, shots, shots. Jägermeister, jacket, crown, shots, shots, shots. Drink until we all fall down.
Okay, it's like right off the bat, if they didn't know by the name taking shots, you let them know this was to be like a party song right off the bat.
Yeah. Um, Also, very heavy influence from the song "Shots" by LMFAO and Little John. Um, I remember when I was like making this track, um, I freaking like I did not like the hook. Like, I mean, the hook was good, but I didn't like how the ending part sounded, especially the shots. The shots were throwing me off, and I was like, man, like what's missing? Like something is missing. It sounds too thin, doesn't sound right. And I remember I showed one of my friends. I was just like, yeah, here's a song called Taking Shots. And I was like, but I don't know, like something's missing. Like compared to this, and we listened to the shots, the actual song, and then we listened to my track, and the guy was like, oh well, you don't have any like snares or claps in the back of your shots. They do that in the other song. And I was like, what? So I just put a couple of claps in there, and I was like, oh, it works. It now sounds right. So that was a little fun learning curve to like figure out that you can just layer sounds on top of percussive words to make them pop more, like snares and claps. I was like, oh, I never would have thought of that on my own.
I think the one question everyone wants to know is, do you prefer Jagermeister, Jack, or Crown?
Did you say Jägermeister?
Yes, I said Jägermeister, but whatever the fuck it's called, I don't drink. Which one do you
Jägermeister?
prefer? Jägermeister. There you go.
I mean, I like them all, to be honest. It depends on my mood whether I want Jack or I want Crown. Crown's super smooth and it's a nice, relaxing kind of drink. But if you had like a hard day and you want a little bit of a girth, a little bit of like extra like umph inside your drink, you go for a Jack, man. It has a little bit of an extra flavor. It's a little bit of a bite to it. It's an angry drink.
And who was at the beginning with you? The bartender.
That was my friend James, the guy that's actually featured on the Lost Moments of the Past track.
And why isn't he on this episode with us to talk about the song?
Because he only did the beginning part.
Okay, I would love to pick his mind about the beginning part and like what his idea was, his thought process was when you asked him that. We need to get Kato on the track on one of your tracks, on one of your episodes as well.
I'd have to pay him like $1,000.
We got that in our budget.
Oh yeah, with our big ballin' budget now.
Anything else with the hook?
No, just heavy influence from Shots. And like you said, it's a pretty straightforward hook. I think it's a fun hook. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, let's get to it.
One shot, time to get this motherfucker started. Two shots, Rockport, I never get carded. Three shots, is that the girl's pick that I hearted? Four shots, about to go super retarded. Yo.
Oh, we're already stopping?
Yeah.
That was
So in
quick.
Rockport, you never get carded. Is it because you look older, or is it because they don't care?
It's because I used to always go to the bars. So I don't get carded because everyone already knows me.
Gotcha. Anything else from this first section of the verse?
I remember writing this line, and I was just like, Rockport, I never get carded. Okay, I like it. And like, what do I go for after this? And I was like, I already knew, obviously, like retarded kind of rhymed with it, but I didn't want that to be the next line. And I was just like, fuck. I was like, what can I use? And I was like, carded. I even like thought about sharded. Like, how can I get sharded into here? But then I was just like, well, we're in this new age where like, you heart things on Instagram, and it's like, oh, I guess they would understand what I mean if I said, is that the girl's pick that I hearted? So I ended up just using that line, and then about to go super retarded. Yo. Yeah.
Yo, my homie's always next to me. Ordered me another drink. I was supposed to drink responsibly. He's getting drinks constantly. Oh yeah, did I mention that my homie's me? Like so mundane. Every day is a chance for a fun day. Anytime, any day, even Monday. Still broke, so I can't spend a Hyundai. Who's the girl with the ass that's grande? Maybe she can take a ride in my Hyundai. No kids, no wife, stay out all day. Yep, I'ma sit out Monday. Yup, Jaeger bombs. I'm not going home. Give me another one. Party till the break of dawn. Hater, I never really see him later. If I ever finally meet him, YOLO. Wait, that's old, so carpe diem. Everybody's over and nobody is sober, and I'm trying to get lucky like I found a four-leaf clover. Hola, mamacita, can I have a seat to meet you? We can order margarita, porcento, es bonita. You ever got a chance? Would you like to have a dance? Woo! Ah! She's rubbing on my pants. You know it's not a party unless it's fucking Bob Marley, but before the pot, I just forgot. We take it.
You went very bilingual in this one.
I did. So, it's funny because like I always expect, when kind of like what you said before, I rap fast and I don't have lyrics anywhere, so it's really hard for people to sometimes understand what the fuck I'm trying to say to them. But I always like get a little giggle every time I show people this song. I guess because the beat kind of drops, you can hear my vocals pretty well. My homies always text me, order me another drink. I supposed to drink. I supposed to be getting drinks constantly. Oh yeah, did I mention that my homie's me? I always get people. They always chuckle when they hear the "Did I mention that my homie's me?" part. And I'll just like, oh okay, so they did hear what I'm saying. Good. I did think that part made me laugh too. When I wrote it, and then the hey, like this is like the first track I ever did where I did like little spots where I kind of like left openings for like random like hey or the ooh ah or like random little things like that. Like this is the first track this is like really the only track I have that I've ever been that percussive about like words that weren't words, like just using random little things like that. Even the ooh, yo, my homies always texting me, ordered me. Like, it's probably one of the reasons I love this song so much is like, I remember hearing someone talk about this, like when you write a song in general, that if you hear someone rapping, like, and they're just one tone, one beat, like one steady tone, even if it's like super fast and in quotation marks impressive, it's going to get boring and monotonous because it's the same kind of tone just happening over and over again. Even if they're saying different words, it's always like, I'm coming here to get it better. Listen, want to speak because I murder everything and everything will get acquitted. Got the cuts of bitter rap. Yeah, really. Like if I was to keep going like that forever and ever, it would just start getting annoying. And I remember someone talking about like just letting a beat breathe, letting yourself just leave open spots in your raps will make the faster parts sound cool and the slower parts sound cool. And I've never really done that before. And so like in this song, I do that like quite a bit where I kind of give an opening right before I drop into like something fast or something cool or what I feel like is cool, like a little rhyme scheme that I'm doing. So yeah, anyway. And then let's see, life gets so Monday, and every day is a chance for a fun day. I mean, it's just trying to rhyme every word with day, basically.
I think that like little that bars, I guess, are probably my favorite one. Even though like mundane, fun day, Monday, Hyundai, I just liked them whenever I first heard it.
Oh, now you don't like them.
And then I really love the Al Bundy part because obviously I actually watched that show, even though that's before my time. But I heard like that one, I was like, hey, I got that bar. I understood that bar, even though
No,
he's
no
fucking
kids,
older
so-
than me.
Opposite of Al Bundy. Yeah, it's kind of funny because like people always say there's different ways to say Hyundai. So people call it a Hyundai, people call it a Hyundai, people call it all these different names, and I thought it was just so funny because I was just like, I wonder if people are gonna know what I mean when I say maybe she could take a ride in my Hyundai. I wasn't 100% sure, but I used it anyway because it rhymed. And I used Hyundai twice. A Hyundai as in $100 bill and a Hyundai as in a car.
Bars, son.
Bars.
Bars for days.
The chants in the song, like the one shot and the yo-yos, and even the A's and the yup yup Jaeger bombs, all the little chant parts. I actually had a group of people come to my house, like 8 people, to get in my living room. And I got 2 stereo microphones for a stereo field, and I had them chant all this stuff. And that's why it sounds so thick in the background, like an actual crowd's kind of there if you listen closely. Okay. Which I thought was pretty cool because it really did bring that feel.
That adds another 8 people that aren't on this episode to give their input about it.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Thank you for helping me make a great song.
If the song ever goes viral, they're gonna want some cut of it.
They're like, I was in that track. You signed a waiver. What waiver? This one I forged. And then the I don't, like I said, I didn't know what the what I was doing. I was just having fun. But whenever I did the haters, I never really see them later. If I ever finally meet them, YOLO. I remember getting that YOLO and thinking like, what do I say after that? And I was like, man, YOLO's so old at this point. Like Jesus Christ, like I'm gonna use this to death. And I was like, nah, screw it. Like, because I said, yeah, carpe diem, because I remember like watching this TikTok post talking about like um when every girl who's like just got out of high school and about to go live their life go get a tattoo, they always get carpe diem. And I just thought it was so hilarious. So I was just like, you know what? It's even older than YOLO and people are still tattooing it on their bodies. So I'm going to use carpe diem. And then, yeah, everybody's over and nobody is sober. I'm trying to get lucky like I found a four-leaf clover. Hola, mamacita, can I have a seat to meet you? We can order margaritas por cierto, es bonita. Which is supposed to, I'm not 100% sure, but Google Translate told me. It's, by the way, you're very pretty, in Spanish. And then give a guy a chance. Would you like to have a dance? Ooh, she's rubbing on my pants. You know, it's not a party unless you're smoking Bob Marley. You know, every time I listen to that part, I laugh at the echo of that because I just think it's even more funnier to hear it twice. Like, woo, woo, It's like, you know, it's not a party unless you're smoking Bob Marley, but before the pot, I just forgot. We taking shots, they go around like. Yeah. Everything else pretty self-explanatory.
Shots they going round like shots, 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 shots. We taking shots all through the town like shots, 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 shots. Jägermeister.
This next verse is probably is my favorite verse. Just throwing it out there.
Jacket crown. Shots, 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 shots. Drink them till we all fall down. We taking shots they going round like shots, shots, shots. We taking shots all through the town like shots, 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 shots. Jägermeister, jacket crown. Shots, shots, shots. Drink them till we all fall down. Hello, Mrs. Bartender. Can I get your phone number? Maybe when you get off, we can get off with some cheeseburgers. You can hit up Little Beezy, get the burgers double cheesy. Large fry, giant shake, maybe she can see my steak. Another round from her broskies. I don't know what they want, get a whiskey. What up, Tasha, Nicole, and a course B? Rock bottom, that's where they all know me. Somebody set it up for some beer pong. Dump my balls in your cups all day long. You thinking you the best, you so wrong. Whoever loses has to do a beer pong. Chug, 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 chug. What are we doing? We getting fucked up. Sorry, I don't know when to stop. Bar, please, give me another shot. My car keys, yeah, I know. I'm sleeping in the parking lot. You never really know which day'll be your last, so I'm raising up a glass to the homies that I pass you. The reason that I charge her every time we get together with my homies, think they're better trading memories for trading property party till I'm 50 with my girlie sitting with me, drinking drinks, filling tipsy beer pong, so I'm sickly, or maybe I'll get sober, right? What? But I'm not sober tonight. We taking shots, they going.
Yeah, it was just that little beginning that had the accent.
So why is this your favorite verse?
Just the accent part, really. Hello, Miss Bartender. The way you say it, what a beezy, and burgers double cheese. Like that little part is like probably my favorite part. Is my favorite part. And then like the ending, just you really go fast with it, and you can actually hear yourself clearly.
I was actually gonna. Well, I'll tell you in a second. So the first part, the "Hello, Mrs. Bartender," I was actually trying to sing it, and I was like layering it and stuff like that, and it just wasn't like coming out exactly how I imagined it. And I was with my homie Ghost Kansas Kinney at the time, and we were recording it, and I was just like, well, it's supposed to be at a bar, right? Like, what if I did it like this? And I just did the whole thing was like, hello, Mrs. Bartender. Man, I get your phone number. Maybe when you get... I did it all like I was drunk and stupid. And then I was like, I wonder how that sounds. So we play it back and we listen to it. And but Kenny's just like, dude, you have to use that take. Like, that's the take you have to use. And I was like, nah, that's too silly, man. And he was just like, dude, like, it's the take, bro. You got to use that take. And I think I just did it again, but a little less because I think I was like really hardcore, like "Hello, Mrs. Bartender, can I get your phone number?" Like I was going really really hardcore. So I just did it like a little less hardcore, and then I was just like, you know what, I like it too. Fuck it, we'll keep it. Um, the actual like background, because it's layered. The actual layering behind those are actual like clear words like "Hello, Mrs. Bartender, can I get your phone number? Maybe when you get off, we can get off." Like it was all layered like that. Just no slurs, no nothing, just regular. And somehow it all fit together properly. Um, but yeah, that was really fun. That was a really fun one. Um, obviously, I don't. I'm sure people understood the Fairly Odd Parents, not shout out, but part that I put in there. Large fry, giant shake. Maybe she can see my snake. Hey. Um.
I think with this one, like you can just from whenever you released it, you could just tell you had fun with this track. Like we didn't take it seriously or anything. You just went out there, made the song, had fun with it, and just said fuck it. And
Yeah.
it really shows.
Hopefully in a good way.
Yeah, and in a good way.
You're like it
I
really
know.
shows that you said fuck it when you played this track.
I forgot which. What was the first single we released off Sneak Peek? Was it something?
I believe it was it Hostile.
Yeah,
I
it might
don't
have
know.
been Hostile. I think it was Taking Shots, and then something. But
All right.
this one of the first three where it was my favorite one, just because of how much fun you can tell you're having.
Yeah, no, I really did have a lot of fun making this track. I yeah, it was Hostile. Actually, yeah, it was Hostile something then Taking Shots.
Oh, okay. I like something because of the beat was pretty good as well. But this one was my favorite just because of all the fun, and I don't drink, so
You're
first my
like
favorite one.
I'm living vicariously through Soul. um, but yeah, I mean the second verse is kind of a shout out to my people in Rockport. There's a song. Oh, there's a song. There's a bar here, um, called Rock Bottom here in Rockport. It's a Rock Bottom pub. If you're a drinker and you ever visit Rockport, Texas, I highly recommend going by a Rock Bottom pub. The owners of them. So well, not everyone, but most people know that Hurricane Harvey kind of hit up over here. I think it was in 2017. Or was it 2016?
17.
2017, I believe. And these girls, so there was a very popular bar here called 301 that got destroyed in Harvey. Um, the girls that opened up Rock Bottom were actually bartenders at 301, and they basically put all their money together and bought a place and made their own bar. And it's been really successful. It's an awesome bar. It's an awesome vibe. It's basically a bar run by bartenders, so they kind of know like what the people want in a sense. I mean, it sounds weird to say it like that, but um, whenever you get owners that aren't really in the scene or have never really done those types of jobs before, they're just kind of own a business and then kind of just like make changes without knowing like their clientele. It's never really a good thing. And I think because of the experience they had as bartenders before and just their will to like want to do something, um, I don't want to say it's shitty to say, but it's shitty to say the way I'm about to say it. But honestly, every town's like this. But we needed a place like Rock Bottom. We needed a bar. A place for people to gather, a little drinking hole, a place where people can go and listen to some live music, and go with their friends and do something. Um, After Harvey, a lot of the things were torn down, so it was really it was really cool to see our favorite bartenders, get up on their feet, make their, instead of just saying, "Oh, well, poor me, haha, the whole hurricane took everything away and my job." They actually, instead of doing that, they made something of themselves, made something for themselves, and made Rock Bottom. And no, it's really awesome. So anyway, um, a couple of the owners. Well, actually, the owners are Tasha and B. Um, and Nicole's like just always been a hometown, favorite bartender, and she stays pretty much over there at Rock Bottom as a bartender. So you'll always see these people there. Um, and then just having fun with the track. Somebody set it up for some beer pong, double balls in your cups all day long. I was probably so funny when our mate came up with that line. I was like, I almost lost it. I was just like, dude, duck my balls in your cup all day long. um, and sorry, I don't know when to stop. Bar, please give me another shot. My car keys, yeah, I know. I'm sleeping in the parking lot. I've had my car keys taken away from me before at the bar by the bartenders because they were like, you are entirely too drunk to go home or drive home. So you're going to have someone pick you up. Um, Actually, at 301, those same bartenders, they've given me rides home after the bar because I was so drunk. They're like, just wait there and we'll give you a ride home. I was like, thank you. um, this last verse, I actually wasn't gonna do the fast rap again. Um, I don't know why, but when I recorded it like a few times, it just didn't sound right. Like I was like recording it, and I was like, I think it's too fast. I think I'm jumbling up my words, and I don't think it sounds right. And I was like doing it, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna change it up. I'm not gonna do the same thing like I kind of did at the other verse. I'm just gonna slow it down. So I started like breaking it into pieces. And again, I had Kenny with me at that time, and I was showing Kenny, and Kenny heard the fast version that I wanted to do, and Kenny was like, and then he heard the slow version I was trying to do, and he was like, I don't know why you're changing it. It's already good as it is. And I was like, it just doesn't sound right. And he's like, I don't know what you mean. It sounds fine. And I kept doing it. He's like, stick to the old one. I was like, no, I'm gonna do the slower one. And he's like, stick to the old one. And I was like, all right, hold on. Let me try to re-record it a couple of times to see if I like it. And I ended up getting a recording that I really liked, and I was just like, okay, we're gonna keep the fast version. So this didn't even get into it in the end, but because of Kenny, a second time influenced the song to be the way it was.
And yet he's not here on the podcast.
You know what? Um, Also, like this verse, I was actually gonna like make it. Well, I kind of did. If you really listen to the lyrics, like you never really know which day will be your last. So I'm raising up a glass to the homies that have passed. At that time, I had a friend who passed away from a suicide, and it was like I want to say like maybe 3 or 4 years before that, but it was still kind of like weighing on my conscience. Like, when I used to hang out with all the homies, that's what we used to do. We just drank and had fun. And he was one of my people I used to drink and have fun with. So it's just like, well, you know, I wanted to almost make the song like kind of put some realness into it because it was all a party song. I wanted to drop like a little bit of realness into it and kind of give like a shout out to those people. There was someone I didn't really know personally, but there was a kid who graduated a year before me. At the graduation uh, party that he went to, he had gotten really drunk and drove off a bridge and died. And that was like a whole nother like big thing for our town because like everyone knew this kid and he was like a really good kid and he just graduated high school and he ended up like getting in a fight with like his brother or something and he ended up going and driving and I guess he was just really drunk and drove off the side of a bridge and into the water. And a lot of those things were just like kind of like weighing on me, like the drinking culture. This is kind of around the time I was trying to like. This is around the time I was quitting drinking, as well. So I wasn't gonna make a statement like you should all quit drinking, but you know, I do try to treasure these times that I have with people when I go out and have fun with them, drinking or not drinking, you know. And that's why I kind of put the thing every time we get together. Well, my homies think they're better trading memories for cheddar. So trading memories for money, because when you go to bars, you always spend a lot of freaking money every time you go to a bar. But people say it's wasting money, but to me, or to I guess all of us, it's creating memories, having fun. And then just probably party till I'm 50 with my girlie sitting with me, 50 beer pong till I'm sickly. And then or maybe I'll get sober, right? Which was kind of like hinting at me trying to get sober, But I'm not sober tonight. Like screw it, we're going all out, guys. Because you don't want to be the buzzkill at a party, man. I just that's how I've always felt. You don't want to be the buzzkill at a party. So I always thought it was just a funny line to put in, like, maybe I'll get sober, right? Like, what? What are you talking about? But I'm not sober tonight. Yeah, we're all getting drunk. Yeah, pretty much that last part, what that kind of meant to me.
It's nice to throw some seriousness into a party track. Speaking of sober, though, I know you were sober for a while. Are you still sober?
Yeah, a year. Well, yeah, but a year since the beginning of 2013, and still going.
2013 was 10 years ago, my guy.
2023. 20
That's
years ago?
10 years.
10 years ago. Dang, I've been sober for 10 years. I'm freaking badass.
That's pretty good then. I think did I play it all the way through? It's just the hook after that.
It's just the hook after that.
But anything else you want to go over? We're taking shots.
No, that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching.
If you haven't already, go check out Sneak Peek. It's on all streaming services: Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, all the above. Hey, you found my banner I made. And my social media as well: Facebook, IG, TikTok, all at Mr. Fuentes 361.
Why'd you put AT instead of at the at symbol?
I don't know, because well, because I didn't want to confuse people, because not everything's the at symbol. I don't know.
Also, All Productions on Instagram, YouTube for wrestling, music, horror, comic books, and movies.
Yes.
That's not the correct episode, but
it's close.
That was last week's episode, so go listen to that.
I am the hero.
I'm excited for next week's episode.
What's next?
Strange Voices.
Oh, with the Robzilla.
I'm excited for that one. I Am the Hero. I missed. That was my favorite track, and I unfortunately missed that, so it kind of sucks. But my second favorite track is Strange Voices, so I'll be here for that one.
Hell yeah. Hopefully. Well, thank you all for listening, getting a little insight on taking shots. If you drink responsibly, and if you don't drink responsibly, then you live your life, boo-boo. You live your life. To me, life's all about just having fun with your people you love, and unfortunately for me, that's staying sober. But for everyone else, if you can handle your alcohol and everything, by all means, keep doing what you're doing. Just as long as you're being a good person, it's all that really matters in the end. But yeah, thank y'all. Peace.
Peace. Love.